What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10. Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead show, comics, all that stuff, spoiler warning. Well, a new trailer came out a couple days ago, and I'm excited to talk about an interesting theory about Beta, how he gets into Alexandria, and more. And we broke down the trailer. It was an initial breakdown. We said a couple things about it, what we thought, what we saw, some discussion, some theory on it. And I'm super excited for the return of The Walking Dead in February. But first, guys, if you can, please hit that subscribe button, share the love, show the love by hitting that subscribe button, and help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. We post videos every day. Hit the join button, become a valued member, and make sure you ring the bell to get notified when we post videos every day. Well, before we get to talking about Beta and what's going on here, we got to talk about the first half of Season 10 and Dante. Dante was a character that was a spy from the Whispers. He did something that's very interesting that is the basis for this theory. And like I said, somehow Dante became a highly trusted person inside Alexandria after being sent there by Alpha. He was a spy, and he caused a bunch of problems inside Alexandria, and he actually killed this old lady named Cheryl. He also buried Cheryl. So do you think that he actually stabbed her in the brain to make her not become a zombie? Because a lot of people think that she was buried and Dante never killed the brain. And that is who we'll talk about in a second, who is punching through the dirt right here. But if you look at it closely, to me, it looks like a very large hand. And it also looks like a leather jacket. So it's either Negan or Beta, in my opinion. And the other huge thing that shows me that it couldn't be Cheryl, or it's most likely not Cheryl, is that Cheryl died first, and then Sadiq died. So Cheryl would have reanimated pretty quickly. And then Sadiq died, and then so she would have already punched through the dirt, not at night. More time has passed since Cheryl died. But the other big thing here is that Dante dug the grave. And it's interesting where he's actually digging. It's away from other grave sites. It's also by the back wall. And if you look at the pictures that we'll show in a couple seconds, Beta seems to be coming in near the back wall. This shot kind of clouds it a little bit because you can see where the body is. You can see Sadiq walking away. And unless that's the back wall behind them, it just looks to be a different place, but it's a, different angle, so it's hard to say. But either way, Cheryl's gravesite is the point of interest here. Did Dante dig a tunnel or leave it open for somebody like Beta to come through? So to me, Cheryl might not even be in this grave, or maybe she is, and I doubt that she's reanimating. I think it's more likely Beta or Negan. We'll talk about more of that in a second, but Beta is clearly in Alexandria here. And you see the back wall, you see the evergreen trees, you see the different kind of things where it's like, okay. And then also near Beta's left leg, you can see the top of the cross when he probably comes out of the grave. So I'm guessing that Beta breaks into Alexandria or digs his way in or tunnels his way in from what Dante did potentially by setting up a tunnel for either him to get out or someone to get in. The big question is, though, is how did Beta or would Beta know that there's a tunnel there? Because Cheryl died, Sadiq got killed, and then Dante got killed. So there's no way that the Whisperers would know what Dante did or set up if he did it for Cheryl's grave. I mean, they just wouldn't have time to be told and have a note in the tree because that's the way they corresponded previously. And again, this is a theory and discussion, so we're not sure how it's going to happen. But to me, it either makes sense that it's either Negan or Beta to come in Alexandria through the grave. But why wouldn't Negan just go through the gates, potentially with Alpha's head like he did in the comics? But that's Negan right there. He's got a Whisperer mask. Well, we're thinking it's Negan right there, potentially. But you see the leather jacket, and the only people that wear leather jackets are Negan and Beta, and that's who I think is punching through the dirt, a person with a leather jacket. So it makes sense that it's Beta. So the big theory, that is, Beta gets into Alexandria, he goes through his old tour bus, jumps down into a maze of tunnels and caves that he and the Whisperers probably made, or maybe he just made. So he goes in through the tour bus, jumps down a secret entrance into the ground underneath the tour bus, and then he has a maze of tunnels to get around. So we'll see if that happens. Maybe one leads to where the walkers are, and our group, well, Daryl's group, and the walker horde is. Maybe they have a bunch of different places to go. But he's clearly underground, and he's looking up. We're just not sure if it all connects. So he goes to the tour bus, jumps down, takes the maze of tunnels, burrows and tunnels into Alexandria, punches through the dirt, magically comes up through the grave, either by accident, by design, or just by chance. But either way, Negan pops up, does his Batman thing, shakes off the dirt, goes into Alexandria, and causes havoc. Because it's like, what's going on here? He puts his arms up, and he's like shaking off the dirt. It just looks perfectly like that too. Like he punches through the dirt that's all over him, goes around, maybe takes out a couple Alexandrians. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but if you look by his leg, it clearly looks like the cross from Cheryl's grave. So it fits. And the other big question is, who does he take out inside Alexandria? And is he alone? And why did he go to Alexandria? To go after Gamma, Negan, Lydia, and who did he take out here? Is this before or after the craziness at Hilltop? Man, a lot of questions that we just don't know answers to. And is this scene connected with Beta being inside the Alexandria house? Does Rosita attack Beta, and is there an awesome fight scene, and is Beta in danger, and Negan saves the day, or Daryl saves the day, or Eugene or somebody, right? I mean, Rosita is clearly swinging her new weapon at somebody here. Is it the Whisperer that's going after Baby Coco, or Beta? We'll have to see. And why would Beta just go to Alexandria on his own? And the only thing I can come up with, or that makes sense, is that he's going after Negan and or Lydia for some reason, most likely to avenge Alpha when Negan or whoever kills her. But there you go, guys. That's my theory and discussion of the Beta Tunnel, the Beta Tunnel theory. Do you think it's plausible? Did Dante actually set up a way for the Whispers and Beta to get inside Alexandria? That would have to be a pretty big tunnel, as Beta's a pretty big guy. Or at least, I guess, loosen up the dirt so he can get in easier. We'll have to wait and see if it makes sense, if it's going to make sense, but let me know your thoughts, post your comments below, and thank you guys for watching. And for those interested in my Zombie Apocalypse book series, check out the link in the description. We have 10 books for Fight For Us, 1 book for In 100 Days, which is the prequel series to Fight For Us. I hope you enjoyed the fight. I picked up your copy today, as the proceeds from the book keep going for the channel and the book series to continue on. Thank you guys for watching, and tell them Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.